Good morning, everybody. Mike Honan here at Valley Vapors in Salem, Oregon. This morning I want to take a look at the new Joytech egrip. Now this is a really a nice little unit. I like it. It's although it is pretty heavy. I mean, it seems to be durably made. This comes with it's a 20-watt box mod with a tank built in. The variable voltage goes from 8 watts up to 20. Of course, you have your 1500 milliamp hour battery. It's a nice little device. There's no LED readout, although you have a view window to see how much e-juice you have left. You have a 3.6 milliliter capacity in the tank, which is good. I like it. I've been using this for about a week on and off. I gotta say, I really like what I like about it is the size. Usually when you get into these things, by the time you get the tank on it, for instance, your IPV Mini with a Nautilus full-size tank, I mean, the difference is quite a bit. You know, about half the size. It's pretty slimline. It's got a pretty slim profile, not real high. The tip is removable, as you can see. You've got your on-off button right there, and then surrounded on your on-off button, you have your variable voltage adjustment. And so you'll spin that to go from your 8 watts up to your 20 watts. You've got if you hold the button down too long while you're vaping for more than 10 seconds, it'll automatically shut off, which is good. 5 clicks on, 5 clicks off. I mean, pretty much a standard, other than the design's kind of unique in some ways with the tank inside built in. I really like it. It hits good. There's 2 coils in the kit. You get it's in a kit form, so you get an extra coil. I think these are 1.8, so tiny I can't read it even with my glasses on. I'll have to get extra thick magnifying glasses. You get some extra gaskets. Your fill, you can either, and you screw out also, kind of cool, you do get a little tool to unscrew the bottom so you can take out the coil and replace the coil. You can fill from the bottom. They have an easy flip door right here that you can flip up. You will need a little, like a pin nozzle to fill this tank, as you can see that right there. You can see that little hole. That's where you'd fill it. So you'll need a little pin nozzle, but you could, if you're switching out the coil, you could fill from the bottom, and I've done that too. You know, the interesting thing about this, we actually took an Aspire BVC coil for the small BVC tanks, and it actually, with a little adjustment, we actually got it to fit in this and work, which was interesting. You remove the bottom pin from the Joytech egrip coil and switch that out. So you'd switch out the Joytech egrip pin from the bottom of the coil into the BVC coil, and then put the BVC coil in, and it works. Maybe I'll get into that a little bit later on in another video. But anyway, I thought that was interesting, and the Aspire BVC coils are much more, I should say much more available, but they're everywhere. So they'd be easier to get. So if you're stuck, you could do that. So overall, I really like this. It hits good. You've got a little airflow adjustment right there. I would say that it's either on or off. I didn't notice any difference in adjusting the airflow unless I screwed it all the way and closed it off completely. I guess there might be, but overall you got like 2 adjustments, on or off for the airflow. So the airflow was kind of didn't seem to work real well for me, but overall this thing hits really well. And I'll take a drag, show you what okay, now as I was saying, it's either on or off, and right now it is off. Yeah, there we go. I just adjusted the airflow. So you just take the little pin and your little tool that you use for everything. So you get a nice hit. I'll do another one so you can kind of see. So it's a good hit. I've got dragon nectar, 6 milligrams of dragon nectar. And I think I said this before, it's a 3.7 milliliter tank, which is good. Beefy tank, a nice amount of juice in there, so that'll last you a day probably. Depends how much you're vaping, but Yeah, overall, I really like this thing. It's real heavy. What I love about it is its portability. I mean, you could slip this in your pocket, and you're good to go if you're working or you want something just small and portable. And although it is heavy, you know, but it's, you don't have to worry about, you know, the old long batteries, they bust in half. So this is a great little device, and completely adjustable. Okay, one thing I did find on it that I thought was interesting, I keep it down on 8 watts. Seems like if I go much over 8 watts, which is the lowest setting, I'd get a real burn taste. So, and I don't know if that's just the e-juice I was using. I'm using Grasshopper, which is a chocolate mint, which is my favorite. Yeah, I get a burnt taste. It seemed the coil couldn't really handle, at least with the juice I'm using, much more than 8 watts. Yeah, a nice little, you know, a nice device. And I like the camo. They come in black, silver, camo. Those are the colors we have. They might have a few other colors. But overall, really nice device. If you want something that's portable, compact, durable, this thing would be really what you'd want to get. They're reasonably priced for a 20 watt. Yeah, I really like it. The screw door is a little bit of a hassle to get off. I mean, it just takes a minute. It's not really, I would say, that easy to work with, but it is super compact. So I think if you're looking for something compact, it's got good battery life, got a nice reservoir size for your e-juice, real nice little device. I kind of like it that it doesn't have an LED screen. Honestly, sometimes the more gimmicks and gadgets you have on something, the more that can go wrong. So in one sense, I think that may be a plus for some people, maybe not be for others. I do need glasses to even see your adjustment there. It is pretty tiny. You younger folks will have no problem with that. Some of you older guys have to put your glasses on. Older guys and gals. But yeah, these are really slick little items. I like the Joytech egrip. Nice deal. Hey, thanks for watching Valley Vapors in Salem, Oregon. Mike Honan. Adios, amigos.